All right, so Dan Smith joining us with Vail Mountain Rescue. I was just talking to him off camera. He told me that he was born ready.
If people ask me if you're ready, I'm born.
How are you?
Born ready. Just for what? You don't know.
We were talking also about our gray hair and how we got to be careful about the things that we do. And it's good information, really, when you think about it, because we live in a very active valley, and I guess I'm going to say it. There's people our age that are still out there pushing the parameters of what they're capable of doing because they love to do it.
There are people way older than our age. At 71, I tell you, there are people out there at 81.
I'm not 71.
That are still, well,
I just want to clarify that.
No insult intended.
But you don't seem like you're 71 either.
No, well, it's pushing this envelope thing that's great, and that's why we're here. But every now and then some people push it too far, and we had a couple of those last night.
So I spoke with you. I mean, I wasn't here last week, but you had no
for 2
missions
weeks. We've
at all
had
for
nothing.
a couple of weeks.
No,
and then you were walking in
almost
this morning.
3
You're
weeks.
like, we had 2 missions back to back last night.
Yeah, and people do this work because it needs to be done, and they have a commitment to help people in the outdoors. But it gets a little concerning when nothing happens for 3 weeks when you know it's going to.
You're like, your bottom's going to fall out soon.
There's pent-up demand out here that's got to be met. We had a quick one down in Gypsum that we barely got out of the house for. A couple of kids got stuck on a hillside. The deputies were able to talk them off.
What do you mean stuck on a hillside?
Well, they got up there and got nervous in the service and weren't able to come down. There was an obvious way down, so deputies took.
It was steep though.
Yeah,
like it was
steep.
A little treacherous.
And I think Mom and Dad might have a chat with them about being where they weren't supposed to be. The other one was could have been didn't get the
wasn't,
names.
but it sounds like something my kids would be into.
The fun one was not fun for us, not for the people involved. A couple had gone hiking on Cross Creek. Well, the gate on Tigawon is still closed for another 2 months.
So let's clarify. Cross Creek is south on 24 from Minturn.
It's
before you
just
start
before you climb.
Yeah.
And it's the route to Holy Cross, but it's also route to some very good hiking. So these people parked at the gate, walked up from the winter gate to the Cross Creek trailhead, dropped into Cross Creek. For various parts of it, the trail's very distinct, but when you get in these areas in winter, the trail disappears real fast, and any hole between two trees looks like the trail unless there's boot pack on it.
Yeah.
They got disoriented, wound up on the trail, well, on the creek rather than on the trail. And when you do that, you wind up headed down to Minturn. You'll get there eventually, not a problem, except they were on the wrong side of the creek. And we sent 3 trucks, 7 people, worked both sides of the creek, found them, found a log across the river, but that creek's running pretty good right now.
Yeah, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, and if this is a fast melt, you're going to have really deep creeks. So they found a log that was over the river and then ran a guideline over so people to hold on to walk over. Got them out, and they were just very wet and very cold. What happens, what was yesterday noon, 1 o'clock, beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous day, and it was 70 degrees. But when it gets dark here, even with the moon last night, and as it gets dark, you get wet and cold. Because if you're moving, you're going to sweat. And if you don't have the right clothes on, that's just going to sit there, and you get colder and colder. And that's what happened to these two. They weren't hurt. They were just exceedingly uncomfortable. And we got them out, got them back to their car, and that's what we do. But to do that, a very simple mission, with in sight the entire time of Highway 24, still took 7-8 people, and 3 trucks, and a 300-foot rope, and 2 throw bags, and 2 people downstream kitted out for swift water in case somebody fell in. You just have to do these things right, and they take a certain amount of people. Okay. And for something that simple, but it's just the nature of the beast.
Would you mind hanging out for another
No,
interview?
no problem. I still got coffee.
Okay. Love it. We're going to be right back. We got Dan Smith hanging out for one more interview. We're going to take it to Ashley, look at that weather forecast. Then we're going to talk about whitewater, swiftwater rescue, and how to be safe when you're out there in the spring.
That'll work.